before you start watching this video, look under it. There's this little red button. If you like this video, click subscribe. It helps a lot. Click the little bell. It also helps a lot. Then you'll be notified whenever I post a video, and you'll be subscribed, which makes me happy. Happy me. With that being said, enjoy the video. Hello. It's me, SlayBlaze, and I am here to do the first video of this series of Bleach episode reviews. So, after a decade, Bleach came back. The anime came back. So a decade after the anime ended and 6 years after the manga ended, Bleach is back as the anime for its final arc, the 1,000-Year Blood War. Bless you. So, I'm going to be doing a series every week as these episodes come out of a review of each episode. So, two things real quick. One, this isn't like a breakdown like I've done before. This is just a review about things I like, things I don't like. That's pretty much what a review is. So yeah. Second, this is all just my opinions. You guys don't have to agree with me. And if you have different opinions on the episode that I don't, put them in the comment section, because I would love to hear what you guys think about this episode. So, I think it'll be easier to start off with things that I do like. So, yeah. For one, okay, the animation in this show is amazing. I loved it. There wasn't any intro song like I thought, because in the trailer they showed what the intro song was going to be, a song called Scar, and it just wasn't in this episode. So that was interesting. It's instead what it started with. Well, it started with the research and development place when they were yelling about hollows disappearing. And that scene really gave us a good look at what the research and development place looks like where Mayuri works. And it actually all looks really nice, and every light was red because there was something bad going on. And then another thing I liked that the Soul Society did was they sent Soul Reapers to Karakura Town specifically so Ichigo would not have to fight the Hollows, because they didn't want Ichigo to have to keep interrupting his normal life to go fight Hollows when he is just the substitute Soul Reaper. So they've been sending Soul Reapers there so Ichigo doesn't have to deal with it. So the two Soul Reapers that they sent, I can't remember either of their names. They both got beat up by Hollows that look so much more terrifying. I feel like I'm gonna love the Hollows in this show because they look so much more horrifying than they did in the other show. The designs are amazing. They're so huge too. So you see the little Quincy guy. I can't remember his name. I think it's Eburn or something like that. I don't know if it actually was him, but he drops a lore like Uryu did in I think it was episode 10 or 12 of the first Bleach anime. But yeah, he drops bait to get Hollows to come, and then they beat up the two Soul Reapers, and then Ichigo shows up with all of his friends, and that scene was so cool. That's what they did instead of the intro. And they introduced back all the characters in a fun way. They all showed off their abilities fighting Hollows, and Ichigo yelled Bankai, and it was awesome. The animation when Ichigo does his Bankai is incredible. And then I've seen some people asking, well, why did he use Bankai? Because he didn't really have to, they were just Hollows. Purely because people would have wanted him to. You cannot bring back Bleach and have Ichigo not use Bankai. First thing. And then him yelling Getsuga Tensho was also awesome. And then Chad, Uryu, and Orihime also all showed off their abilities. It was awesome, and I honestly forgot that Orihime has that ability where she can actually hit people back when she puts up a shield instead of just blocking things. I completely forgot about that. And then, yeah. So then, I still can't remember why Uryu's bow is so small. I don't remember when that happened, but yeah. He was also just floating. It was really cool. He was just kind of floating there, like skating around. It was awesome. But yeah, this episode alone brings back a lot of elements of the other Bleach animes and like anime and movies that were amazing. Like Ichigo's personality specifically. Like this guy shows up at Ichigo's house and he's like trying to scare Ichigo, and the first thing Ichigo does is say, "Get off my bed," because he's just kind of standing on his bed. And then when he says no, Ichigo literally just kicks him out of the window. So, you know, that was funny. And yeah, they all beat up the Hollows and it was awesome. And the 1000-Year Blood War version of number 1, Ichigo's theme, was playing in the background, and that was also awesome. Yeah. The only downside to this episode today was the fact that it's not in English yet. It will be eventually. It's the only downside to this. And when I was watching it, okay, I was watching on Hulu, and I didn't know that you had to turn on the subtitles on Hulu itself to see the subtitles. I thought it would automatically be on the episode, but no, you actually had to turn on the subtitles to have subtitles because it was all in Japanese. I didn't know that at first, and I was like, wait, does it not have subtitles? It did. Definitely did. So, I also didn't think this was happening in the first episode, but we got to see some of the Soul Society, how everyone else is doing, and first thing that happens is some guy gets decapitated by Quincy. That is definitely interesting. I guess we know why it's called the 1000-Year Blood War. There was a lot of blood. So yeah, Yamamoto was there, head captain. That was fun. They were talking about how he needs better security, then he's just like, I am the security. So, yeah. So yeah, we see Ichigo take those 2 Soul Reapers that were beat up back to his house. His little clinic, Kurosaki Clinic. Or he may healed them and then they were just lying there, and the guy gets up and is just like, where am I? And he screams a lot. It's really funny. Yeah, then Orihime brings a ton of bread. And according to them, it's very good bread. So, I don't know where she gets it. It's just bread. The Soul Reaper got scared of his own Gigai. That was also funny. A lot of this episode is funny. Yeah, then that guy just shows up at Ichigo's house, and Ichigo's just like, what are you doing here? Because Ichigo asks the Soul Reaper what his name is, and that guy just shows up and says his name, and Ichigo's just like, get off my bed. And he says no, and then Ichigo's just like, meanie, and kicks him out the window. It's really funny. Then they start fighting, because it's revealed that he's a Quincy. I honestly, before he took out the big bow thing, I still thought he was in a wrong car. I don't know why, because I saw the trailer and saw he was a Quincy, but I forgot. Because I was distracted by everything else. Literally everything else. So yeah, he took out his big bow, and I was just like, oh. But it's different from Uryu's bow. Apparently all Quincy's have different types of bows, because this guy, it's not even really a bow. It shoots these 3 big balls out of it, and Ichigo just tends to fight them off. And then I'm not sure if all the Quincy's can do this, because they mentioned it to Yamamoto, but this Quincy gets Ichigo to use his Bankai so he can take it. Just before that scene happens, one of the Soul Reaper that got decapitated, before he gets decapitated, runs in there and says that their main ability is to steal Bankais. So I don't know if all of them can do it. It made it sound like they can. But yeah, he tries to steal Ichigo's Bankai, and then Ichigo just doesn't let him. Then uses Getsuga Tensho on him, and then he turns to dust. He said it's a shadow, and he's not dead, so he's like, don't worry, it's just a shadow, and then he just disappeared, and Ichigo's like, So, overall, this episode was amazing. Actually, it was a very fun episode, and I loved it. A lot more happened in it than I thought. I honestly thought it was just going to be a rather boring episode, but no. Great introduction to the 1,000-Year Blood War, and it ends with Yaiwatch, I think his name is. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. The Quincy King. It starts with the Quincy King, ends with the Quincy... Technically it starts with the Quincy King, I guess. But it mainly ends with the Quincy King cutting off someone's arm, talking about how he doesn't like conflict, even though they just declared war against the Soul Society? I don't understand what's happening. Yeah, he says he doesn't like conflict, and then they declared war. Well, no, they declared war before he said that. And, yeah. So, overall, this episode was amazing. I'm glad to see everyone back, and, like, back in action. Like, Ichigo, he looks so cool. Like, the animation just makes them all look incredible. And I honestly really like Ichigo's, like, full-bring Shinigami form compared to his other one. Because Ichigo, he had his normal Shinigami with, like, the bandage-wrapped sword. His sword with the big ribbon on the end of it. But now there's this one that he gets after he uses his full bring. I don't know why I call it the full bring Shinigami. I think that is what it's called. But yeah, I like it so much better. I don't know why. I think it might be like the design of it. His sword is also much cooler. Like, the sword he had before was just, it was a butter knife. That's what it looked like. It literally looked like a butter knife. And this one looks much sharper, but also the way it's designed just looks more better. I also like the tiny little chain on the end of it, and then the chain gets much longer when he uses Bankai. And then his Bankai sword isn't like a normal Zanpakuto like it was before. It has these two little spikies on it. I just really like his new look. I know he got it at the end of the series. Trust me, I know about that. I'm just saying, to me, it's still new. Because unlike most people, I actually just recently finished Bleach as a whole. Because I started watching Bleach like last year and then stopped for a while. Then I find out it was coming back, and I'm like, might as well finish it. So then I just blew through the Soul Society arc, because that's where I left off last time. I blew through the Soul Society arc all the way to the end of it in like 2 weeks, I think. Something like that. I did it over summer. So yeah, overall though, enough about past Bleach. Current Bleach, 2022 Bleach. It was incredible. I am so excited to see how these next 2 episodes come out. And don't expect these to be long videos. I know like videos I make are typically like around 30 minutes, but that's because I'm dumb and lose track of time. No, I'm actually looking at the timer right here because I don't, unlike most other videos, I don't have a game or a YouTube video pulled up. So I'm just looking at my camera and my recording thing. And the fact that Discord keeps going off. Why do you keep going off? Anyways, so the Blood Warfare, Episode 1, Season 1, Episode 1, Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War was incredible. It really was. I saw some like YouTubers' reactions to when he yells Bankai and uses Getsuga. They all started screaming. It was awesome. So yeah, I don't remember how many desert ones. I think it was like 3,000 something. Yeah, Bleach fans waited 3,849 days, which is equivalent to 10 years, 6 months, and 13 days. For the return of Bleach, and now we finally got it. This is like peak anime. Best anime. Also best introduction to a show this episode. I'm trying to think of other shows that I've seen like a great introduction for that actually kicks off the show and jumps right into action. I seriously can't think of any better introduction than what Bleach gave us today. This will probably be up Tuesday instead of Monday, depending on if I can edit it, and if it does come out one day, then hey, you guys get to watch it earlier than I scheduled it to come out. Woo, win for you guys. I'm recording this at 6:08 on Monday. I watched the episode like 12, I think, sometime around 12. But this is the only chance I got today to actually record this video, and then I'm going to edit it soon after because I actually want to commit to this series. I've tried to do so many other series and just wasn't able to. So, thank you guys for watching my review on the first episode of the 1,000-Year Blood War. Season 1, The Blood Warfare. Very interesting episode title. And I hope you guys join me every week for a Bleach review. I'll do other videos too, don't worry. Me and Aiden are probably going to record some games, but for now, this is the main thing that my channel is going to do. A Bleach reaction every week. Hopefully every week. Join my Discord server. You will see updates. I post on the announcements. You will see updates about what's coming to the channel quite often. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.